Hi, my name is Gosia Ksionek and I'm a backend engineer in AI Framework Group, and I would like to talk to you today about prompts. What is a prompt? Prompt is an instruction that we are sending to large language model to ask large language model to solve a task for us. So, for example, when you see any AI feature, for example, in our GitLab UI, the core of this feature is the prompt, so the instruction we're sending to large language model. When we're talking about prompts, it's very important to understand that quality of the instruction influences greatly, or even like just rules the quality of the response from large language model. So working the prompt, iterating on the prompt is extremely important. We need to understand what we are asking the large language model to do. We need to understand what kind of response we are expecting, and we need to be prepare some set of data to test those prompts with. And we'll be talking more about that in the other materials. But it's like we need to understand that the quality of the prompt is ruling the quality of our AI features. And when we're talking about prompts, the other thing that is very important to understand is that those prompts are not universal. Different large language models respond differently to different prompts. So if you have a prompt that is working for one large language model, it may not work that well for others. So whenever we are changing the model, we need to make sure that our prompts are adjusted. That is also why it's important to consult with large language model provider documentation when we are working on prompts, because they may point out some good tips, some important differences. For example, what kind of data structure large language model responds better to. So those are like very general points about working with prompts, and I will go into details in a second. Hi. So without further ado, let's start working with prompts. This is the Anthropic console. I know that, as I said, Anthropic probably has like very specific prompts specific for their own models, but I think it's a great start for every model because you will see what kind of what like prompts even look like to be working. So, quick guide through the console. This is a place, start prompting with Claude. This is a place where you can start just writing prompts and see the results from AI. At this one, I will get to this in a second. Invite collaborators, get API keys, pretty self-explanatory. Export documentation, pretty self-explanatory as well. As I said, it is worth the time to invest into exploring documentation. And prompt library. I think this may be interesting if you're working with prompts for the first time, because here you have different examples of different prompts, so you can look into those. But let's get back to my favorite tool lately, which is called Generate a Prompt. When you click on it, you can describe a task to Claude, to Anthropic, and it will respond with the crafted prompt. And those prompts are very accurate and like really, really good. So as I said, quality of the input equals quality of the output. So really take time to explain your task well. However, you can do this. You can work with in this window for like a couple of times and see what works best. So let's try it out. Let's say our feature is to, I want to say summarize comments, but maybe, okay, I'm blanking. Okay, maybe we want to proofread the text, right? We want to write a comment and you want the AI to proofread. So let's say the task is to proofread given text and making it sound professional. we can like be more specific. Like let's say we want to work out GitLabs, and we can say that the text, given text, given text will be about the DevSecOps software delivery, programming, etc. And now we click magical generate prompt button. And here we have like very comprehensive prompt prepared by AI for us. And you can see how this works. You see that first it's like general description of a task. You're tasked with proofreading and improving given text to make it sound more professional. Then there's like places where we can put an original text and like very specific instructions. It's like worth to see like those are like suggested output format, right? But of course, if we want like very specific output format, we can specify this in the prompt as well. And then if we click continue from here, we will be in the workbench when we can test our prompts. Also, like what is, and you can see this original text. This is the place when it's like a template, like a placeholder for this original text that we will be working with. So in our case, it would be input from the user. Also, one important thing that we can work with is this. It's a system prompt and user prompt. And system prompt, as we will see in a moment in the documentation, is like this like very general instruction that set the tone. So for example, I would move this to a system prompt. But if we are not sure, we can always go to docs. And here in the prompt engineering, we can read more about the system prompt. And as you see, with using system prompt to improve its performance, and it's a parameter that gives a role to large language model. So this is the way how I would start working with prompts. I would understand my assignment. I would work with Anthropic console, and I can test some changes, but this will be covered in the next video.